Erica Mena's world was shaken when a mystery phone video leaked online, exposing intimate texts and recordings that seemed to depict a covert relationship. Fans are stunned as murmurs spread that Yandy Smith-Harris may have been engaged with Erica's ex-husband behind closed doors. The leak occurred late at night, just as rumors about Yandy's devotion began to stew. Everyone was talking about those deleted messages, hidden late-night conversations, and cryptic voicemails that hinted at a connection no one saw coming. Imagine Erica swiping through her phone, eyes widening, pulse hammering, realizing the significance of what she's seeing. Meanwhile, Yandy is unable to be located, and her social media is quiet. The family was left split as friends and co-stars sought to make sense of the controversy. Emotions ran high when video Yandy and Erica's ex emerged, online presumably laughing together at what seemed to be a private meal, a photograph that contradicted Yandy's public remarks. Now, every message and emoji, every late-night chat is under examination. The question on everyone's mind is if there is evidence or whether this is just another twisted rumor. As the drama unfolds, one thing is certain: nothing will ever be the same for Erica Yandy, or the mysterious character at the heart of this devastating leak. The breach appeared in Erica Mena, restless and unable to shake a nagging sensation, decided to explore her old phone late at night, when most of Atlanta's reality stars had already gone to bed. A lingering update had uploaded everything onto her tablet, including a secret gallery she'd forgotten about. As she browsed, she came upon a folder entitled Unknown, an innocent title that masked a goldmine of her breath, caught as she viewed images of late-night texts between Yandy Smith-Harris and a contact branded simply as J. Erica's fingers trembled as she tapped on the first picture included a timestamp reading 2117A. Yandy's text, "I comes next. Can't stop thinking about you." Below it, a response came, "Meet me at the 12th Street Diner." Erica's heart accelerated. She had spent years of trusting Yandy like a sister. Thoughts of treachery swirled in her belly. The following snapshot showed a fuzzy picture of Yandy and the mystery J smiling over coffee. Recognized the scene. It was the identical booth where her ex-husband Denzel Stokes used to take her on date evenings. Her heart beat as awareness hit. Jay was Denzel Erica's former husband. Every day might bring unexpected news, but Erica never anticipated to unearth such a scandal. A blurry but undeniable audio message with Denzel's reassuring tone said, "You're so beautiful." Her laughter mingled with quiet promises. Each message was a blow to her trust. Each picture was a reminder of a relationship and marriage she believed were in better places. Tears dimmed her eyes, yet rage burned hotter. She knew she had to expose this, but how? The late hour meant actions made in alone may haunt her, but she felt pushed by a feeling of. The next morning, Erica arrived to the sound set for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, her normally lively exuberance replaced with a steely determination. She snuck inside her trailer. She took a long breath before contacting a trusted producer. "I have something you should see," she whispered quietly. "We need to withdraw the film." The producer's response was a mix of concern and excitement. "What is it? Is it serious?" Erica didn't hesitate. "It's Yandy." "You know the rumors, they're real. I have screenshots." By the time Erica's makeup was done, news had already started to travel around the crew. Whispers of, "Have you seen Erica's face and something big is coming?" rang down the corridor. On set, Yandy came dazzling in a clean white top designer jeans, her grin hiding any trace of the tempest ready to burst. She welcomed her castmates enthusiastically, oblivious to the tension building around her. Kirk Frost, sitting across from her, observed Erica's eyes sparkling with intensity. "You okay?" he inquired quietly. Yandy nodded with a forced grin. "I'm great, ready for my close-up." Kirk. He'd seen her restless glances at her phone recently, a quiet uncommon of her typically sociable presence. Erica waited until the cameras rolled on. The morning's first scene, a promotional piece promoting potential spin-offs, then walked discreetly into Yandy's dressing room, with the producer in behind carrying a tablet. The producer touched the screen, saying the first screenshot Yandy's late-night text asking Denzel to a covert meeting. Yandy looked up, bewilderment lighting across her face. "Erica, what's—" But Erica stopped off, her voice ringing with indignation. "What is this?" The crew gasped, and the audience in the studio grew quiet, feeling the tension. The presenter sat close, leaned forward. Curiosity piqued. Kirk rose quickly. "Show me." The producer swiped to see a sequence of photographs every late-night text. Mysterious selfie of Yandy and Denzel up before dawn. Paparazzi moments blurred in. The backdrop. Captions suggesting to stolen glances and covert rendezvous Yandy's. Her breathing increased. "This is a mistake," she murmured, her hands quivering. Kirk's face paled. Erica's lips curved into a false grin as he shouted, "Stop being stupid. You sent them, and I saw everything." "My phone." She held the tablet up, her voice increasing as cameras rolled and recorded each agonizing reaction. "You thought I wouldn't find out? You thought I would let my friend steal my marriage?" Yandy wiped tears from her eyes, her voice stuttering. "Erica, I'm sorry. It was supposed to be nothing, and I never intended to harm you." But the tears did not lighten the pain. Kirk's gaze flickered between Yandy and Erica, hatred sweeping over him. "How long has this been going on?" His voice broke emotions raw. Yandy swallowed hard. "It began last summer when I and Kirk started having troubles. Denzel was there. To listen, he was a buddy. Then things occurred. I didn't expect it to grow serious." Erica's chuckle was bitter. "Deceived me and my family." Her finger pointed accusingly at Yandy. "I thought you loved Kirk. I thought we were a family." Yandy sobbed more. "I did love, I still do, Kirk. But I was lonely and wanted someone. Denzel was there," and she looked at Kirk. "Please understand," Kirk recoiled. Amidst the pandemonium, the MC walked closer to a professional anchor. "We're presenting this because fans want openness. We want to see Yandy's reaction, Kirk's answer, and how Denzel fits into this." As the cameras focused, Erica generated another voice note. Denzel's silky voice said, "Meet me tonight." The audio played over the studio. Speakers' hushed gasps rippled through the crew, and crowd. Yandy bit her lip. "It sounds worse than it was. We didn't do anything except chat." Erica's eyes flashed. "With coping. You were seeing him at midnight, eating pancakes at eateries while hiding from Kirk. How is that not betrayal?" A quiet murmur circulated. Viewers at home texted, "Friends, have you seen Kira? Yandy is in danger." Emotions ran high on set. Rashida rushed over as soon as she heard the ruckus. "Girls, what's going on?" she inquired, gazing between Erica and Yandy. Erica turned and directed the allegation, like a spotlight. "Rashida Yandy has been sleeping with Denzel, Erica's ex-husband." Rashida's face twisted in shock. Kirk took her hand. "Rashida, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." She shook her head, her voice tight. "I told him I trusted her." Yandy covered her face, tears flowing. "I'm sorry, Rashida. I never intended to harm you." Rashida's voice quiver. "Sorry." Jock arrived in time to observe his wife's response and threw an arm around Rashida. "I'm here, babe," he said. She shook her head, tears flowing. "How can I face the kids? How do I trust anybody now?" Erica observed the aftermath, eyes steely but content that her truth had revealed. She went toward Yandy, gentler but yet ferocious. "I know you are aching, but Denzel, my ex, was the one who pledged to help me. You stole him away from me when I needed him the most." Yandy's sobs transformed into "Please, Erica, I love." Erica shook her head. Love doesn't matter when you're dissecting a friend's marriage. She turned to Kirk with a calmer voice. I didn't do this to hurt. Kirk, I did it for myself. Yandy needs responsibility. Kirk nodded, tears pouring. Erica surveyed the cast, letting her words sink. We're better than this. On the screens behind them, social media comments blazed. Yandy is a wreck. Erase that I. From the program, Erica is the true MVP. How can Rashida recover? Fans watched, riveted by each. The presenter recalled Denzel's heartbreaking confession and strained apologies as the night progressed. I'm heartbroken. I never expected this to be, he said. Broadcast. I pray both families find peace. The cameras saw Yandy's phone lighting up with Denzel's eye. Text. I'm sorry, Yandy, I have to leave town. Glanced at it. Pictures of her children flashing in her memory. What have I done? She muttered. In a quiet corridor, Kirk faced Denzel, who greeted him with his head bent. Cold anger. You ruined a family. You used my wife's frailty to feed your ego. Denzel met his stare, guilt engraved on his face. I'm sorry. If there was a way to fix it, I would. Kirk's hand tightened. Sorry isn't enough. Erica returned to Yandy's side, providing a handkerchief, her own tears unshed. It's time to confront reality. Every secret has a price. Yandy accepted the offer. According to cast sources, the night finished with Yandy stepping off stage, Kirk following after, and Rashida remaining in state of astonished silence, Jock consoling his wife. As daylight came, Erica released a video on her social media. I never wanted to be the carrier of horrible news, but loyalty and honesty matter, I hope. Yandy finds a route to repentance, and Rashida finds recovery. Comments flooded in, some admiring her courage, others condemning her for revealing sensitive facts. The argument raged. Was Erica backstage? The crew expressed hushed shock. I've never witnessed such raw passion, one cameraman remarked. Another answered, This? Erica exited the stage holding her head high, bracing herself for the frenzy to come. Interviews, headlines, gossip websites scrutinizing every detail. But for now, the truth had been exposed and nothing would ever be the same. Yandy didn't sleep. That night, her thoughts repeated every word of the confrontation, the shock of Erica's allegation, Kirk's quiet betrayal, Rashida's tears and shaking voice. As daylight came, Yandy went downstairs to find her children already awake, their young faces expectant, for breakfast and school. She faked a grin. Good morning, my loves, she replied. They fussed over her naively inquiring about cartoons and waffles. She swallowed the knot in her throat, preparing porridge as her thoughts raced. How was she going? To face them when all they knew was Mommy was in trouble? Across town, Rashida spent the early packing a duffel bag. Under moonlight flowing through the window, she halted, tears running down her cheeks. Every picture of Yandy had been removed from her phone as an act of fury, sadness and self-preservation. But now she glanced at the empty screen and realized how much history they shared. She stroked her fingertips over a fading snapshot of her and Yandy at a beach, arms around each other, smiling. That type of friendship seemed like a distant memory. Kirk arrived to Yandy's place shortly before daybreak, catching her in kitchen. He paused at the entrance, anxiety engraved in every line of his face. Yandy, he began quietly. Her eyes grew scarlet. Don't, he muttered. I can't do this today. She brushed away her tears. Kirk's voice cracked as he stated, I saw those messages and should have asked questions sooner. Yandy shook her head. We both made errors, but I'm frightened of losing my children. Kirk drew her into a soft hug. We'll sort this out. We're out together. But right now, we need to safeguard them. Yandy nodded and buried her. Raquel, Rashida's sister, came early and knocked on the door until Rashida opened it. Puffy-eyed Rockwell. went inside and took her into an embrace. I watched. "Everything online. Are you okay?" Rashidita's shoulders trembled. "No, I feel like I'm living in a nightmare." Led her to the couch. "You may remain here. I'll manage everything at home till you're ready." Rashida nodded, appreciative but empty. "Thank you," she mumbled. She looked blankly at the wall, thinking of how to restore a life undone in a single night. Meanwhile, Erica had spent her nighttime hours crafting an emotive video message. By dawn, she hit record. On her phone. "I know releasing those messages will hurt many people," she continued with a calm but passionate voice. "But loyalty and honesty mattered more. I apologize for your grief, but I stand by my conduct." Some friendships dissolve when secrets start. She shared it to her social networks and closed her eyes expecting the storm. In less than 30 minutes, notifications flooded Erica's phone, and the comment area burst with admiration from several fans and criticism from others. Heroic betrayer drama, Queen truth-teller opinions came forth. Tabloids seized the tape and printed titles like Erica's. Fearless disclosure splits cast as Yandy walks away from show-following reported affair. Erica's agent contacted, pushing her to minimize social media. Erica breathed, hoping she could withdraw from the pandemonium, but knowing there was no turning back. On stage, the surviving actors convened for an emergency meeting. The presenter addressed them with a strained voice. "Postponing today's shoot. We need to regroup." A producer examined notes. "Yandy's portions are on hold. We'll reschedule after the dust settled." Rashida sat cosmetics chair sitting down at her phone. Jock approached her gently, throwing an arm over her shoulders. "I phoned the kids' school. They'll understand why you're late today." Rashidita nodded, tears glinting. "Thank you," she muttered. Kirk sat in an adjacent trailer, Yandy's empty chair beside him. He peered at the door, expecting to see her come at any minute, but she never did. He wondered whether his children felt guilt tore at him. He'd promised devotion, friendship, and family harmony, but instead delivered treachery. The weight was oppressive. Just after breakfast, Joke took Rashidita to the nearby primary school. They parked in quiet. Rackwell's vehicle rolled up behind them. Bringing Erica's Juk kissed Rashidita's forehead and said, "I'll take our kids to soccer practice later." Rashida leaned back, her voice flat, and Joke grabbed her hand. One step at a time, she nodded, still grasping his hand. At school drop-off, Rashida's children raced to the gate, waving. She faked a grin and hugged them. "Have a wonderful day." The children mounted the stairs, unknowing of the agony unfolding. Raquel watched from behind and planted a comforting kiss on Rashida's cheek. "You're doing great," she murmured, and Rashida nodded, swallowing new tears. Back home, Yandy paced, the living room phone in hand. She phoned Cole's number, certain he'd left town as he promised. Voicemail picked up Yandy. Cole's voice cracked. "I'm sorry, I'm gone." She closed her eyes, anguish filling her. She dropped the phone as if it burnt her flesh. "Wrecked everything," she mumbled. Across town, Cole placed the remainder of his stuff into a duffel bag. His flat, once a haven, seemed empty. Haunted by memories of secret embraces and whispered promises, he grabbed his keys and shut the door, determined to leave his follies behind. He considered Erica and Yandy, both broken by his presence. "I'll never forgive myself," he said as he headed for the elevator that would take him away from Atlanta and everything he had shattered. Meanwhile, Erica arrived at studio for a live interview to promote her new memoir. The presenter greeted her and promptly addressed the elephant in the room. "Erica, your book Loyalty Betrayed comes out this week. Did you foresee this degree of blowback?" Erica took a deep breath and said, "I honestly simply wanted to tell my experience. I knew it was controversial, but I believe in expressing the truth, even if it hurts." The host nodded, the crowd pushing forward. "Any regrets?" He questioned Erica. Inhaled. I regret that Yandy and Rashida's relationship is ruined and that a whole family suffered, but I don't regret revealing the truth. Sometimes darkness has to be brought to light. As the interview went, social media erupted with fresh comments. Erica's writing talents are top-notch, and I can't imagine she'll benefit from this drama. Yandy may sue Rashida. Supporters rallied behind her, and tabloids gladly posted links to purchase the book. Back at Yandy's home, Kirk arrived with bags of goods inside. He found Yandy sprawled on the sofa. He set the bags on the counter and knelt beside her. I got pasta and sauce, he said gently. She shook her head, face buried in her fists. I am not hungry. Kirk paused then, put a hand on her shoulder. Our kids will need food. Let me take care of it. She didn't react. He knelt, moving a strand of hair off her face. I love you. I'm sorry. Yandy trembled at the words. I don't know if I can ever trust you again. Kirk closed his eyes. I'll spend every day gaining that trust back. The show's producers argued the schedule. Should we replace Yandy's sequences with B-roll? One producer questioned, while another shook his head. No, we need her confession on camera. We'll film a follow-up. They prepared questions for the interview, such as, how do you hope to restore respect? What will you say to Rashida's fans? Are you seeking forgiveness? Yandy decided to shoot her follow-up in the studio that evening. Though her hands trembled as she stood before the camera, the presenter met her gaze sympathetically. The public wants to know how. Has this affair harmed your marriage and your family? Yandy closed her eyes and took a trembling breath. I've made the worst mistake of my life. Kirk and I are separated for the time being. Our children need a stable environment, which I failed to offer. I want to stay away from the show permanently to work on restoring what I broke to Rashida. I'm sorry doesn't begin to describe it. I'll do all it takes to gain back your faith one day. The host nodded. Many fans are startled. Yandy's lips shook as emotions ran hot, leaving the family split. What are your opinions on that? I understand why they feel deceived. I experience the same anguish every day. I just hope that one day they will notice my dedication to change and returning as a better person. Cameras recorded her sobbing as she glanced off stage, maybe expecting to find Kirk or Rashida sitting close and providing comfort. But no one appeared. While Yandy shot, Rashida watched remotely on her phone. She sat on the floor of her bedroom, cradling a pillow, her daughter sleeping beside her. She overheard Yandy's apologies, felt a spark of empathy, but wrath erupted too swiftly. She had the opportunity to tell me face to face, and she hurried to Denzel instead. She pushed play. Cole's last message was chilly and lifeless. She closed her eyes and listened. To her kid breathe and determined to defend her family at whatever cost. Kirk standing off camera, he witnessed Yandy's confession with a troubled heart. He said to himself, "We'll get through this even if it kills me." He turned and proceeded towards his vehicle, phone in hand. He scrolled. Through words from their pastor, "I'm here for both of you and forgiveness," starts with a confession. He hummed gently, collecting himself for the long road ahead. Meanwhile, Erica sat. She was alone in her vehicle parked outside a coffee shop, scrolling through Twitter. Erica's too ruthless. Thank you for the truth, Erica. Yandy.